right, my lovers. It's MJ from Welsh Love TV. How are you? I'm the founder of Welsh Love. I published a book a few years ago. I made a whole bunch of online courses to be the change, you guys. And I'm still just trucking along. Just keep swimming. You know, that's sort of the vibe of Jory's over here. When I was writing the book, pretty much at the end of each lesson, it was like, just keep going. So, I say that in yoga. I teach yoga. I've been teaching yoga for like 15 plus years. And, you know, I say that in yoga class as well. It's like, there's no quick fix to this Hala Shazam well-being balance, you know, it's just practice. It's like, we can practice being better. just by like, please God, hala. Thanks, you guys. Thank you so much for choosing love and for resonating with me, and like, it's just the reality of business. If the customers don't show up, if people don't show up to support the business doesn't survive. So thank you. And there's been some really close calls, Hala Shazam. So anyway, I'm still standing. Yeah. Mostly I just embarrass myself and then hope that you guys are being humored with life, because also I'm like, if nothing else, we should just laugh at this whole conundrum of existence, because what is life? What is it? Does anybody know? I don't think so. Maybe, actually, maybe there's people that are truly in the knowing of okay, and I do tarot for a way to connect with you guys. I've been guided to tarot. I've been doing it professionally for 3 years, and I've been working with cards for best part of 10 years in my own personal life as well. So it's pure intuition. Intuition reigns supreme. I always say, like, trust your resonance, trust your intuition more than anyone else's. But when you resonate with people's vibratories, that can be a good sign that you'll enjoy working with them. So, and that's how it works with the crew at All to Love as well. So we just res with each other. So divine guidance and love and clarity, divine guidance and love and clarity. Some of you guys had a tower moment in the recent past. This has been pretty mega with regards to your confidence and feeling confident. However, you are moving to calmer waters. You're becoming more emotionally masterful, the Queen of Cups. This is excellent stuff. For some of you, you might be moving. You might take your stuff and go elsewhere. That could be part of that Six of Sword energy. For some of you, you might have like walked away from an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There could be a fire sign coming in to offer a new beginning. It looks like you're not going to take it, or you're not really that interested. For a lot of you, you're mainly interested in your work and building up your resources, especially with this tower moment. This tower moment could have been not only affecting your sense of self-worth, but it could have affected your work life and your financial life as well. But again, you just like focusing on your emotional well-being can actually have a really positive effect for your financial well-being. For some of you, there's definitely like some food, a little bit of sticky energy in a relationship here with the King of Wands and Queen of Swords. There again, genders you just take it how it resonates, right? Like, we don't need to get too hung up on the genders, especially in general readings. Seriously, this Knight of Wands, like, I feel like this energy is coming back in with quite almost a bit anxious. Like, they really want to make amends or make an offer. I'm pretty sure there's an oncoming Mercury retrograde, and often is the case that Mercury retrograde will bring people back from the past, or bring even talents and skills and dreams like from the past that they can come back around in a Mercury retrograde. Doesn't mean they're going to go anywhere. It just means that people return, they deliver messages. But it feels like, yeah, it doesn't necessarily, again, you can make amends, you can have a nice chat, you can get jiggy with it if you want, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna go anywhere. There's a bit too much emotional turbulence here, as in there's too much stuff going on emotionally, and you're likely to be like, no thank you. There's somebody else actually. For a lot of you, your finances are going to start to elevate because you've been doing a lot of inner work. You've been addressing some of your childhood wounds, your core wounds, wounds of abandonment. A lot of you have been through this sticky Ten of Sword energy, which really is, to me, sort of like karmic, unavoidable karmic situations where we just get burned, essentially. But it's like anything in life where we can be burned and feel bitter about it, or we can learn to forgive, let go, and integrate a lesson from it so that we don't have to repeat a Ten of Swords cycle twice in a lifetime, right? Ten of Swords is mega because it's a repeated thing, right? It's not like somebody hurt our feelings and it's like woohoo. It's like a repeat. It's like they say it happens in threes or whatever. With Ten of Swords is like it happens in tens. It's a long-standing cycle of learning. It's an evolution of your being, of how you rise from the dead, essentially, in situations that it would appear all is lost and or like mega painful as well. The Ten of Swords as a person lying on their stomach with 10 swords in their back along their spine, right? So it's like that's a death process. It's the end of a cycle. At the same time, it doesn't mean that we're going to get up and be like, awesome, woohoo, you have risen as a different person after Ten of Swords, okay? And it's the rising up after incurring a Ten of Swords. So that can be 10 years in the making. That can be a life, even a life of like being shaded by people, being in toxic situations, being in abusive situations, right? Like, yeah. Yeah, and so as you're rising out of this, for a lot of you, you're almost purely focusing on your pentacle and creating more stability in your life and growth. For some of you, you might end up wanting, like, plant, like actual planting of seeds or planting of trees. Although I feel like for some of you, this is like investments as well. Like you're going to be making more investments. And then situation with like a loving partner or somebody wanting to come in and make an offer. This situation, again, somebody comes in, makes an offer. There's too much going on. You're not really down. You're not really into it or whatever. And then out of the blue, this kind of feels like the moon is like this. The emperor, there's an emperor coming in, and it feels like this person sort of comes out of nowhere to make an offer. It does feel to me like kind of an enticing offer. Be mindful of being a little bit in freeze mode, like if some shit's going down, or if you're like if somebody comes in to make this offer that you're like, yeah, and that you're in the fear with it with regards to getting this message from this emperor. Yeah, there's a lot of healing that's been taking place in this reading. I do feel that you're really gently and slowly being reborn. Again, this energy, this feels romantic, it feels power coupley or whatever, that this person's just coming out of the nowhere from where you're coming from. You don't see it coming, but it could radically kind of change the projection of your world, essentially, mainly because you don't see it coming, but it's an upward cycle. Yeah, like laying foundations for it's a self-made energy as well, the Nine of Pentacles, especially if you've been doing a lot of inner work, a lot of shadow work, you've been dealing with your own demons, as it were. The things, the people, the places, whatever, that make you feel left out, and or your own thought process, your own emotional thought process that makes you feel not enough, that makes you feel not worthy. You're really like addressing all that and coming into a greater sense of sovereignty. And that's likely, like, doing all this healing is ultimately what attracts in the emperor, or that kind of more noble, got their shits together kind of energy, right? And this is going to help you move up that vibrational ladder. Like, yeah, you know, you'll just end up feeling better. So yeah, okay. And if you're not sure, it's like additional advice here is to like find maybe a shamanic healer or endeavor to deep dive into like a cave. I think that's like sort of symbolic. You know, shamanic journeying is like going into your own psyche essentially, or going into your own imagination, going into your own inner reality, and then excavating the diamonds, the jewels, the Shakti, the, you know, yeah, the dream, you know, as well. Like going into your own inner cave to excavate the dream as far as where are you going next, and, you know, what's the potential for how you could actually feel in life. All right, that's the read for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for being here. Hell Shazam. I'll see you guys real soon. Peace.